Creative Magic Club. What's up? This is Sarah Mack and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together, we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a six-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I am here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. Hi, Sarah Mack here from withsarahmack.com, and I'm here with some supercharged money alignment journaling prompts to help you have an income breakthrough in Cancer season. So, how's it going so far? Like, what have you been feeling in Cancer season? If you haven't already listened to last week's podcast where I shared some amazing content prompts for Cancer season and kind of introduced some of the main themes that we're working with, definitely go back and listen to that one. And let's dive into the money side of this conversation. So, as I mentioned last week, my Venus is actually in Cancer. So, Cancerian energy plays a big role in the way that I make money. And for those of you who've been following my story for a while, you know this is not news that I've really struggled emotionally in my relationship with money and really leaning into what is a really like Cancerian concept is nurturing. And this is kind of a new lens for me to understand my journey with money. But since diving into and exploring my Venus in Cancer placement more and more, it's kind of, it's been landing and clicking and making sense. And actually, this is a concept that I discovered very early on, right before I kind of made the pivot into entrepreneurship and really began listening to myself, listening to my desires, and actually taking action on them and creating support for myself to be able to do so. Because this is a concept that I first discovered in Julia Cameron's work in The Artist's Way, about safety really being a prerequisite to creative risk. Because a lot of the time, we're told to hustle and push and work hard and go, 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 go. And that's very often the way that we've been conditioned to work. And something that leaning into more of my creativity in my career and the way that I make money has taught me is that creativity has to be nurtured. And this is actually our greatest power. It's our creative power. It's not just following a step-by-step strategy. The push, 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 that's like the employee mindset. But when you want to realize a vision and you want to make an impact that is your soul work, that is from your heart, that is bringing something to fruition that doesn't exist, this is creative work, and creative work requires nurturance. And yes, obviously, you can still burn out within that process if you don't have good boundaries around that. So there's many, many layers to this conversation, but I want to really focus on this concept of nurturing in our relationship with money in today's episode, and for you to really reflect on that for yourself, because there's just so much to unpack here. Like, we give ourselves such a hard time. We hold so much shame. We're like the worst boss in the world to ourselves in our own business, giving ourselves a hard time for not being where we want to be yet, shaming ourselves, comparing ourselves, constantly being caught up in narratives of not being good enough, not being there yet, what's wrong, I'm not perfect enough, need to try harder, need to push more, or I didn't follow through, or I'm not good enough, I didn't get my to-do list done, blah, 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 blah. So what is the flip side of that? Because obviously we don't want to just, soft girl era is a trend, but we definitely want to show up and do the work. We definitely need that masculine action, and we definitely need that support and those structures that allow our creative genius to be realized and to come to fruition, which isn't going to happen just sitting around dreaming about it and coddling ourselves. So the way that I'm kind of connecting with this Cancer is that mothering energy that creates results, right? Like the mother who takes a stand, who is like unavailable for anything other than survival and is willing to deeply, deeply care for the projects and people that are a part of our creative visions. And a part of that care, like true care, is very boundaried. True care is consistent and unwavering, but it's also compassionate and caring, and it's fluid and flexible. Like it's all of those things. And this water element can be very difficult. You know, it's like I definitely have struggled with emotional health and wellness and management. And I've had that fear of if I let myself feel all my feelings, then my feelings will overwhelm me and then nothing will ever happen. I'll get dragged under, because that's happened to me many, many times. Thankfully, I've learned tools and lifestyles and support systems and done a lot of work to create capacity to hold the full range of my powerful emotions and to know that I can flow with it and I can flow out of it and I can hold the masculine structure and my commitments and my boundaries, and I can hold my emotionality and my depth, and I can trust myself to lose control, to know that I can bring myself back to the commitments that support the lifestyle and the direction that I choose to create for myself. So this is such a rich conversation to think about. And like any relationship, our relationship with money is one of those places where we meet ourselves and we get to face ourselves and our capacity to hold things and our capacity to commit and our capacity to care and to prioritize and to communicate and to be the version of ourselves that can maintain health and wellness within a relationship with another. And I always say, you know, there's that Ram Dass quote that's like, oh, you think you're spiritually evolved, go and spend the weekend with your family. Like, yeah, we get super triggered by our family and it can be some of the hardest relationships because we don't have the option to just peace out. I mean, we do, but there's always going to be a cost from that deep bond. But our relationship with money is really something that we have to face every single day. Either we're not facing it, or again, similarly to family, we're kind of carrying the weight of not facing it. So there's so much for us to learn. There's so many opportunities for growth, and our emotions can give us a lot of data, right? So a big part of this conversation around our emotional relationship with money and what needs nurturing, a lot of the time it's unconscious programming, right? Like it's generational, inherited emotions and thought patterns. So a lot of it is unconscious. So a lot of this work around changing our reality and our relationship with money is about nurturing our relationship with our unconscious, which, you know, we've all, I'm sure, heard the analogy of the iceberg. Our conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. Our unconscious mind is like the huge whopping hunk of ice underneath the water that we can't see, that's controlling absolutely everything about the movement of that iceberg. Our unconscious resistance, which is something we're all extremely familiar with as entrepreneurs, is like a scared child we have to continually coax out from under the bed when we're making big moves and we're changing and we're evolving in our life and business, which, let's face it, is literally every single day. Unless you're in a place in your business and life where you're like, I'm good, I don't need to make any more changes. And if you're in business, that just doesn't exist, right? If you're not growing, you're stagnating and dying. So this is an unavoidable part of the work that if we're not doing it, we are stagnating and dying. And I've just seen that for myself. I went full in on all the money mindset work and the unconscious shifting in the early phases of my career in entrepreneurship. I got to 6 figures and was like, I did it. I got the gold star. I got to the end of the race. And now I'm here and I don't need to do money mindset work anymore. No. We have to maintain it. We have to it's like a garden, right? We have to continually maintain it if we want to enjoy beauty and continual growth and flourishing. So what helps me to constantly be shifting my unconscious to allow continual growth and evolution is just doing a little something every day, like a short 5-10 minute EFT, emotional freedom tapping video, doing some mindset journaling, reframing my beliefs, playing music, singing and dancing to shift that emotion that I might be carrying or that might be coming up for me. Really, like, I love the fun way for me to maintain this is to nurture my creativity. I nurture myself through my creativity. And there's always a new fun way to do it, right? Especially if you're a manifesting generator, you're like me, you're going to want to hop from thing to thing. And that's okay. You know, I wish there was a formula. Like, I mean, there are tools that I use on repeat, but it's fun to mix it up. It's fun to give ourselves a new way of supporting this way that we want to shift. There's so many teachers, there's so many resources, there's so many conversations, like listening to money mindset books on Audible, just doing something every day to nurture that unconscious part of us that is afraid of growth and making more money and visibility and all of the things that come with getting to that next level of financial freedom. And I've just been talking about this, like, this is my sun sign, my Leo, my creativity. And I've been talking about this in my sun sign online masterclass this week, which is really freaking epic if you want to learn some more tangible tools to really tap into confidence and learn how to support yourself and step into alignment in fun ways that feel good to you through aligning with your sun sign. It's such a great conversation. And you know what? There is no shortcut to doing this work, and it makes the biggest difference, which is why I have all my clients doing mindset work just as much as we're focused on content strategy and sales strategy. And you've just got to be repetitive with it. You have to be diligent. The people who create results and who create consistent results are just doing this work. And the people who aren't are the people who aren't. And it shifts everything. When that child is under the bed freaking out when we're trying to make moves in our business, guess what? It gets a whole lot easier. I have a really great resource for just that repetitive rewiring, which is my free creative money meditation. You can find that on the freebies tab on my website withsarahmac.com. I also have another really great freebie called, I think it's called Cash Injection Ritual. I actually have a lot of money mindset freebies, which I should probably take down and charge money for. So you should go and check those out if you want some fresh inspiration for doing some money mindset work and really diving in and really committing to that next level of whatever it is that you want in your finances, whether it's more clients, whether it's more freedom, whether it's a different type of work, whether it's just more money, whatever breakthrough you're looking to have next, doing this work will get you there. So let's dive in to some journal prompts to create some shifts and inspire you to do this work that will get you to your next level and let you have an income breakthrough this Cancer season. So number one, be honest, bring that motherly, nurturing energy to yourself. What are you feeling? Be honest. Address and feel what you are feeling. Like, actually take 5 minutes out of your day and check in with yourself. What hasn't been going so well? What emotions have been coming up around this for you? And what do these emotions have to communicate with you? And what actions are they compelling you to take to create change? Prompt number 2, where might you have overextended where you could do with some more nurturing? What areas of your life don't feel great right now? Identify what is actually causing the energy leak. Maybe it's a really big thing like a job, or maybe it's a small thing like, oh, I just need to get off my phone after 9 p.m. I mean, I know that's not such a big thing. That's not such a small thing, not such a small feat. And check in. What support or new boundary can you put in place to feel more supported, comforted, and soothed? And this is not about coddling. This is not about giving yourself a free pass for not doing the hard things. But this is about really creating the support that makes you feel stronger, that makes you feel like you can take on the world. This is how you should feel about your dreams and your goals. When you have an adequate level of support, you feel excited about moving towards your big goal. When you feel overwhelmed by your big goal, that is a huge clue that there's not the adequate amount of support to enable you to actually go through the growth to get there. So identify what that is. Maybe you've taken on too much. Maybe you're overgiving in one area of your life where you would rather take that back and reinvest it into another area of your life. Maybe there's something that just needs to be addressed, like a health issue or a relationship issue or some financial management issues. Pay attention to what is being asked of you to really get back into that place of alignment. Prompt number 3, where have you not been seeing the progress you would like? And what would it take to tap into more flow in this area? So think back specifically from the sources of income that you either currently have or that you would like to have, and actually walk through every step of that sales process. Does it feel clear? Does it feel in flow and easeful and exciting? Or are there some things that you know you haven't done yet? Or are there some things that just aren't really in flow, that kind of feel dysfunctional, or there's some tension around it, or there's a lack of clarity, perhaps, or you haven't actually developed a smooth system and process to be able to receive income consistently through that channel. So pay attention to these income streams and ask yourself, what tweaks and changes could you make that would make it feel better and that would create a smooth flow? So for an example, I'd been selling my one-on-one and my private intensive for a while, actually, several months. And I hadn't actually created a sales page, which was fine. But I had a link to my intensive and I just tidied it up a little bit. Like, I didn't even write a full sales page for it. I just added some more copy. I think I added like a couple testimonials or like a banner image, got it to a place where I felt like it was good enough to sell on its own if I just shared the link. And I started sharing the link on my stories. Whereas before I was like, oh, DM me, and, I was dealing with the sales in my DMs. And then I started waking up to people just booking my intensive. And I'm like, oh, that makes it so much easier for me to receive money and new clients. So much easier. So where are some small tweaks that you could make that would just make it easier for you to receive money in the ways that you want to? I hope you love these. I would love to hear your takeaways. Like, actually sit your ass down and do these. Make it fun. Make a date out of it. Pour yourself a nice drink. Put on some music. Get cozy. And just as a reminder, if you want all of my secrets to using your astrology chart to attract soulmate clients, and you haven't already been through my free 5-part training series, Cosmic Attraction Copywriting, go and listen to it. It's really, really epic. I'm going to show you the most powerful part of your chart that will give you a lot of clarity in your storytelling. I'm going to show you how to shift your storytelling to attract soulmate clients into your high ticket offers. Go and check it out. Let me know when you start signing clients as a result of the shifts that you've made in your content. And I have also a special on this week for anybody who joins my intensive. By Friday, you'll get 2 weeks of Voxer support instead of 5 days. And for anyone who joins Sell Your Magic Like Magic, my 3-month private intensive, I'm going to write a sales page copy for you for anything, any of your programs, which is obviously super valuable. It's going to save you a boatload of time. And you can use this copy to continue making thousands of dollars for years to come. So very exciting, available until Friday only. Also, if you pay in full, you get an additional 90-minute call where we can write copy together. We can write a sales page. We can write an email campaign, a social media campaign, plan out your launch, plan out the copy, some hooks and titles, get really clear on your content and your brand storytelling, whatever it is that we decide is going to make you the most money. So definitely reach out to me if you want to chat about jumping into those offers, and I will put the links in the show notes. And wishing you a very prosperous and nurturing Cancer season. So I'm sending you so much love. Bye. For more inspirational content, head over to my website withsarahmac.com and please support the show by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'm interrupting this broadcast with a special announcement. Are you wondering which parts of your story to focus on in your content to attract ready-to-buy soulmate clients? Do you wish you had clear sales page copy for your high ticket offer with a stash of social media posts that lead to easy sales that fill your offer on repeat month after month? Do you wish it felt so easy and natural to talk about how you help people when you get interested clients popping up in your inbox? I can help you. In a 90-minute private coaching intensive together, we'll focus on the most important changes you can start making in your messaging to attract more paying clients into your offers. During our time together, we'll make sure your offer is actually targeted at the kinds of clients you really want to be working with. We'll tighten up your messaging or write it from scratch if we need to, and we'll map out a feel-good launch plan to start filling it up with amazing clients. You'll come away with powerful copy targeted at the kinds of clients who are truly ready to buy your offer and do the work, with a clear step-by-step action plan to start connecting with the right kinds of clients tailored to your strengths and audience. No cookie-cutter approaches here. Plus, clarity on your own story and which parts to share to attract the right people, with a list of content topics and a few solid pieces of sales content that you can start sharing to make sales right away. Clients who have done my intensive have gone on to get 20 applications within 48 hours of hitting publish on their new sales page, tripled their workshop signups, designed and launched new exciting offers, raised their offer price above 5 figures, and signed new dreamy clients into their high-ticket offer within days. To chat about how we can use our time together to start welcoming more amazing clients into your world, message me the word intensive either over on Instagram at Creative Magic Club or to my email sarah@withsarahmac.com.